We intended to shoot it on weekends, which was a technique that's kind of difficult to do because you end up with sort of jump starts every weekend. It's very good for people who are otherwise employed, so if you are on no budget, that's almost the only way you can do it.
It's weekends, it's nights, it's whenever the hell we can fit this into the schedule, that's when we're going to shoot.
It was like Planetfall was my social life, so it was really good that I enjoyed being with like the members of the cast and crew. It's a good thing that they were such fun people to be with because that was every weekend. It's like, oh, what are you doing this weekend? Planetfall. Planetfall again. Yes, once again, we're doing Planetfall this weekend.
Dragging it out over several months is fun too, because you get to come back and hang out with people on weekends and stuff, so it's cool.
As an actor, I choose to make that my priority. I choose to schedule everything else around that. Within some sort of restrictions of a job, I then choose to take off time, or I choose to eat up my entire weekend with something I believe in.
Actors who are busy during the week and say, all right, on your weekend, for Saturday and Sunday, we will be here and we will be shooting this. And eventually, over the course of maybe 20 or so weekends, you accumulate enough footage to call it a feature.
We had long days because you need to cram as much work into as little time as possible.
Basically, we would try to get done as much as we could in that one day, so we shot until we couldn't shoot anymore, until the light changed or something like that.
We needed something that was desert-like, as opposed to driving to like South Dakota or something. And I remember from being a kid, there was this place where my family used to go on picnics and family reunions, and there was a very small rock quarry there. The best thing about it was that it was privately owned. It was not owned by a company. It was used by the local county government, but they didn't own it, so they didn't really care who was there. And I was able to get a hold of the guy who owned it, and he's like, "You're doing some kind of project of like a slideshow, or what was it?"
Just kind of said, yeah, slideshow, yeah.
Exactly, slideshow.
A couple of pictures should be all.
It's a quarry safety slideshow, yes. No, I explained it, and he didn't quite get it. He's like, why do you want to shoot a sci-fi movie in a rock quarry? He couldn't quite get his head around. I said, well, it's the closest thing that looks like Mars, and he's like,
"You ever been to Mars, boy?"
but there's trees around it. I'm like, well, we'll cut those out.
We started the very first day of September 2001. We went to El Paso, Wisconsin. It was this gorgeous September day, sunny and beautiful, and we shot all day, I think all weekend in this quarry. What a perfect day it was. And like 10 days later, September 11th happened, and it was just like, wow. We were on that set again a few weeks after. We go, wow, things are just feel different.
We had a couple weekends in before that occurred, and that didn't really throw a big wrench in it, but it did change sort of the attitude of how we shot and where we shot to some extent.
The day-to-day practical experience of such a thing is get in my car, make sure I got enough gas to get there, pack the Nutri-Grain granola bars, pack a sandwich, know I'm going to eat sparingly, know I'm supplying much of my own costumes, know that it's going to last a long time.
What I recall is waking up very early in the morning, driving somewhere. I'm glad I didn't have to drive because there were all these little windy roads and dirt paths and sort of neighbors looking at you suspiciously.
Every day we would drive there, it would be the same people. It would be like here's the kid fishing off the bridge, here's the old man walking down the street, here's the guy with the newspaper, and they'd always be in the same positions every time. It was like they saw that we were coming, and they would run to positions, and so we could see them in their natural habitat. It was very weird.
I really loved El Paso. It was just, the town was just weird, and Stepford, and just an odd vibe. And the gravel pits it was fun. It did look kind of otherworldly, and the thing about it is because so much of the movie was created in post-production, Having the gravel pit environment, having it look very rough and harsh and hostile, personally I think it helped get me into the character a little more.
I think it's a good experience to shoot in conditions like that. I really do, because partly it really does kind of help you connect with your character. It makes you feel a little bit badass, which is always fun.
The least fun place to shoot while you're a boom operator on the ground is a rock quarry. Most of my introduction to the people, the actors, was at crotch level, something I don't recommend.
We managed to shoot in every single direction, such that we used every available rock in this probably 8-acre spot.
You had to make sure you had toilet paper with you, because you were peeing in the woods like everyone else was, which made me feel right at home, because I'm a South Dakota gal, and you know, we all pee in the woods there.
I forget, because I can hold it all day. As a filmmaker, I've learned to do that. And not everybody has that training. Something you learn in film school.
I actually learned how to knit from Heidi.
I always bring my knitting, which is something that I've passed along to a lot of other actresses that I'm working with, because it is a great project to take along.
There would be like long stretches of boredom. Well, which is, you know, that's how it is on a set though. Like if you're an actor, you spend a lot of time sitting around waiting for scenes to be set up and for the crew to, you know, make everything perfect so that you can come in and do your thing and then go sit down again for a while they switch places.
One thing that I've learned is to know right away that you are going to have a lot of time on your hands, and to prepare for it, because I think that's a mistake a lot of actors make when they're first starting out, is they think that the film world is going to be like the theater world is, and it's not. Basically, there's a lot of waiting around because just the nature of things. Lighting takes time, equipment takes time. There are a bunch of things that are working against you whenever you shoot. If a cloud comes overhead and it messes up your lighting, you have to wait for the cloud to pass, and the cloud might take its sweet time.
It looks like Antarctica.
Occasional, now I act, punctuated by long stretches of knitting.
Everybody really made an effort to get along really well, and you know, if I wasn't needed for a while, somebody would let me know, hey, do you want to go take a nap? You know, or here's a heated car. It was great because you felt like somebody was taking care of you. And if you were cold, everybody was cold and somebody had your back. This shoot was great because a lot of shoots that I've worked at, you didn't give food, and so that can be hard. So you have to pack your own lunch. But this shoot was great because we got food, and that's always a mood picker-upper. Note to filmmakers, bring food. Everybody will work really hard.
The bagels are always day old, so you know they're not as soft and chewy. You have to kind of work at them like a milk bone, and it makes your teeth stronger.
We had lunches that we brought in, and sometimes we'd actually get a chance to sit down and eat them. Most of the time during shooting, I felt pretty busy, so I would shovel while checking the script for did we nail it and are we ready to move on to the next thing.
Relaxation during production, it's not hectic. I mean, you're trying to get stuff, but it's not hectic. You're not on some super schedule that some producer's looking at their watch all the time and trying to get you to move, and you only have one take, and we got time to do it right.
Some actors felt that it was a rather relaxing schedule. I guess that's good because that means the pressure that we felt as filmmakers did not translate to them. They were able to do their jobs without, which sometimes happens.
But you know, it's kind of fun. It's kind of like movie camp without the songs and the campfire, I suppose.